What's going on? Welcome to this week's Badass Debrief, the solo follow-up episode where we don't just listen, we act. Every week, we take the biggest truth bombs from the latest interview and turn them into bold, unapologetic leadership lessons for you.
Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
So here's your gut check. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? You've got the skills, work ethic, the receipts, but still, you're overlooked. Maybe you're left wondering, am I even good at this? Could I even be a leader? Could I be a supervisor? Stop. That's not doubt talking. That's the system being loud while you've been flying under the radar. This episode is your reminder that quiet doesn't mean incapable. Let's get into it. The quote that hit me hard from the last episode is when Alison Wilson said, "What if I'm seeing things differently? Because I'm actually very good at what I do." Okay, mic drop. That quote has been living rent-free in my head all week. Because how many times have we questioned our perspective when really it was our strength? We just didn't recognize it yet. Sometimes, if you're working in a predominantly male industry or with mostly men leaders, it's hard. We might communicate differently than they do. And we say things and maybe it doesn't land, or it lands, but we just think it didn't land, right? Because we're too busy being in our head. It's so funny how other people can see our strengths so clearly, but we're like in the weeds and we can't see it. We can't make the forest through the trees, if you will. And sometimes you don't even know that you're good at something because it's so natural to you. It just seems basic. Other people might think it's amazing, but you just don't realize it because it's your everyday. It's what you do good. It seems normal to you. It doesn't seem hard. And I can't even tell you how much I can relate to this, how I've been there, especially when I was new in law enforcement. I'd be in a room full of confident, loud dudes and making decisions, and I'd think, well, I guess they must know better because I wasn't going to be the loud, uh, I almost said obnoxious type, but that's not what I mean. I wasn't going to be the loud, boisterous, in your face type person. Nothing wrong if you are, that's just not my personality. So I stayed quiet. I second guessed myself. I tried to lead like them. I tried to do my everyday job like them, cutting off parts of myself that were more intuitive, collaborative, sensitive. And just like Allison said, it didn't help me to rise. It made me resent the whole damn game. I lost confidence. I lost a connection to myself. But here's the truth bomb that I wish somebody had handed me back then. Your leadership, it might look different, but that's the freaking point, right? We don't want everybody that's the same way or that leads the same way. You're not lacking confidence because you're not ready. You're lacking confidence because you're seeing the nuances. You're seeing all of the differences. And guess what? That's not weakness. It's executive level thinking. Your leadership might look different. And that's the point. You're not lacking confidence because you're not ready. You're lacking confidence because you're lacking confidence because you're seeing the nuance. You're not unsure because you're unqualified. You're unsure because you are aware. You're picking up on stuff that others ignore. Tone, timing, impact. You're considering the ripple effect, not just blurting things out just to be heard. Often, women in leadership, we lead more thoughtfully. We take into consideration other people's feelings. Remember, you're tuned in, and it's not because you're weak. So, what you thought was hesitation is actually higher level awareness. What felt like insecurity is actually leadership maturity. In short, nuance is your superpower. What's a mantra you can say next time that doubt seeps in? I'm not second guessing myself. I'm seeing deeper. And you know what? That's not weakness. That's executive level thinking right there. Okay, this week's challenge. This week, I want you to notice just one place where you are muting yourself. Is it a meeting where you stay silent even when you have ideas? Or is it when you get a compliment and you deflect it and you be like, oh, it was a team, it wasn't just me? No, don't just shrink. Say thank you. And then do me a favor, write it down. Write it in your badass brag file. Remember we talked about the brag file? I think it was the last episode. It's when you do something good, when you do something badass, when somebody gives you a compliment, write it down. Actually, you can even grab the Proof of My Badassery journal. It's a guided journal, and you can find it on Amazon, and that is where you write down all your wins, so that's an option too. But have a folder on your desktop, in your email, something like that. When people give you a compliment, you're doing something good, or you have a win, write it down so you can remember those badass things that you're doing. That way, next time you doubt yourself, you have receipts. You have something that you can look at and you'd be like, yeah, that's right. I am a badass. I am doing a good job. Now, here's a mindset shift for you this week. Leadership isn't about bravado. It's about trusting yourself when you feel unseen. Say this out loud. I don't need to be loud to be powerful. Because if you've ever thought, who am I to speak up? Alison, she is the perfect reframe. Who are you not to? If this week, this episode lit a fire under you, grab my free Breaking Barriers guide, ordinarytobadass.com/barriers. It's filled with tools to help you show up, speak up, and use your own leadership style, your way. You can also DM me on Instagram at ordinarytobadass and just type the word barriers, and I will send you the link to get that. Share this episode with a woman who is done playing small. Let's stop waiting to be chosen and start building the damn room ourselves. Until next time, keep showing up, keep speaking up, and never ever shrink for a seat at the table. You were born to build it.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass and get the chance to be on a future spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.